Hello guys and welcome to another MK Mobile video. And today is a very special day. We are kicking off a brand new series, guys. We'll be ranking all characters based on their attack, hit points, toughness, recovery, special 1 damage min and max, special 2 damage min and max, x-ray and so on and so on. And the current video being focused on the attack. One important notice, guys, this will not be a top 10 characters with higher attack, but rather characters with top 10 highest attacks. Reason being, there are just way too many cards sharing the same stats in the game, so I decided to make it a little bit more interesting. After all, we all want to see top 10, not like top 3 or top 4. And of course, at the end, after we have revealed the top characters in each possible category, attack, hit points, toughness, recovery, etc., we are going to check which is the character that ranks higher than the rest. So in other words, which is the objectively best character in the game. Remember, we will be ranking characters only by stats and damage or special abilities, things that can be measured objectively, like for example their passives. Even though the passives is really important, unfortunately this cannot be ranked because it cannot be objectively measured. Anyways, without any further ado, let us start today's video with spot number 10. And coming in at number 10 with attack score of 59,989 is KENSHI. Now, KENSHI is a great addition to every team due to her insane passive, but also you should never underestimate her destructive nature. Her special one is special to deal quite a lot of damage, and her attack stats are pretty decent, as you can already see. But she is not alone, because at the same spot, sharing the same attack, comes Ronin Kitana, which is another character like KENSHI that was promoted to Diamond in update 2.0, and another character with quite good attack stats, and I would say another character that looks pretty great. And we are not done yet with spot number 10, guys, because the last character with the same attack of 59,989 should be Day of the Dead Eren Black. Quite honestly, one of my favorite characters with amazing passive and endless special too. So if you don't have him maxed yet, try to rectify this error, guys. Coming in at number 9 with attack of 60,858, we have 3 characters. And the first one on the list is Classic Goro. Do you remember when this guy was released and his passive used to crash the game, guys? Oh, you bet I do. Fortunately now this has been fixed for good, or at least let's hope it is. Even though he is not meta, I mean you don't face him that many times, you should never ever underestimate him, as his special abilities can one-shot most of the characters in the game, especially if he has the Rat Hammer. Standing right next to him is Classic Liu Kang. Now, what I can say about this guy, he has the best passive in the game in my opinion, and can literally fit in every team in MK Mobile. On top of that, his special 2 is deadly regardless of whether he's on fire or not. A perfect character, guys. Unfortunately for him, we won't be ranking passives, and he gets spot number 9 when it comes to attack. And the last character coming in at number 9, guys, is Injustice 2 Raiden, a card that can be maxed extremely difficult through faction wars and some specific packs. He has both special attacks unblockable, and on top of that he has a great passive. All around a very solid character. By the way, if you want, feel free to check his review on the top right corner on the screen coming in right now. Number 8 on the list is going to be Ronin KENSHI with 62,597 attack. Oh boy, you don't want him to block your special attacks with 2 bars of power, because you'll be dead afterwards, especially if your character is a martial artist. All around, he is a card that deals crazy amount of damage, with the drawbacks of being, I would say, kind of squishy. But should you underestimate Ronin KENSHI? Never. Please guys, don't do that. Standing next to him we have the one and only Dark Emperor Liu Kang, the card a lot of players consider the best, the most annoying opener of the game, the character that will make you equip all stun resistance equipment in the world in your starter. I believe you all know him. And quite honestly, we are all lucky that he doesn't make it any higher on our list, because if he does, I don't think that he can be stopped ever. To be honest with you guys, I really hate Dark Emperor Liu Kang, not because he's a bad character, but because I always have to make sure that my starter has all the required equipment to be able to survive the few seconds with Dark Emperor Liu Kang. I really don't have enough words to describe the hatred I have toward this character. But anyway, speaking of pesky characters, what about the next one on the list sharing the same attack, which should be Assassin Jade. Another character that used to be GOAT, another character that actually changed the game. Let's face it guys, when you create a team, which question do you ask yourself? I will give you a hint, you ask yourself, how good will this team do against Jade? Because if the team is not that good against Jade, then you have a problem. Ringing bells? And the last character sharing the same attack with Jade, Dark Emperor Liu Kang and Ronin KENSHI is Tournament QUAN. Do you get the idea already? Another character considered by many as very toxic and incredibly annoying to play against. QUAN should never be underestimated, even though both of his special abilities can be blocked. Overall, he is a very solid character with a great passive and, as you can tell, a very good attack. So he makes it on the list on number 8. Coming in at number 7 and standing alone with 63,032 attack, we have MK11 Scarlet, my beautiful Scarlet. By the way, she is the last and probably the final edition of the MK11 squad, and I really love everything about her, especially the bullet rain thing, which is in my opinion one of the greatest things in MK Mobile when it comes to the way it looks. And in general, playing with her is so funny, and her item is without any doubts one of the best character items in the game. So spot number 7 goes to Scarlet, well deserved. So let's proceed with number 6. Number 6 is going to be for, attention, Black Dragon Cabal, with attack score of 63,466. You know, this is Assassin Jade's Bane, guys, the character we all wished for so much time. Finally he's here, and now we are all waiting to find out which should be the last addition to the Black Dragon squad. Whoever he is though, there is one certain thing: the days of Jade ruling over faction wars are over. So Black Dragon Cabal gets his well-deserved spot. Number 6. Number 5 might surprise some of you, but it is what it is, guys. We have again 4 characters sharing the same attack of 65,205, and the first one is the one and only, the Emperor Shao Kahn, the guy who can start with 4 bars of power, the guy with the absolutely destructive special 2, which is by the way unblockable, and the guy who doesn't care about bone shields, revenants and so on once you're below 40% HP. Mr. Relican Conqueror Shao Kahn makes it to our list at spot number 5. Standing right next to him is another Grey Diamond character, Spec Ops Scorpion. Now, Spec Ops Scorpion is probably the best support in the game, but as you can see, he can be pretty destructive as well if used as a damage dealer, especially considering him having regeneration on Special 2, which can allow him to stay in the fight forever. In other words, very solid card, great support, but also deadly as main damage dealer in your team. Sharing number 5 also is Nightmare Freddy KRUEGER. Well, what I can say about this guy? His special 2 can deal insane damage, especially if you are in his Nightmare, but probably his main drawback is his basic attacks and his annoying minigame on his special 2. God, I hate the bubble minigame, it is the worst minigame in MK Mobile. Anyhow, his attack is pretty high, so make sure to block all possible attacks coming from him. It is for your own safety, guys. And the last guy coming in at number 5 is Pretty Lady Leatherface, another glass cannon with funny passive. Good thing about him is that he can be pretty viable outside of a nightmare team. For example, you can team him up with Scorpions or any other character that has stun. Also, his item, the Rusty Chainsaw, is pretty insane on him, but can be very viable on any other character. This is it for number 5, guys. Let's check number 4. Coming in at number 4, guys, with shared attack of 67,379, we have two brothers, or at least kind of brothers. Of course, I'm talking about MK11 Scorpion and MK11 Sub-Zero, and of course here comes the everlasting question, which one of them is better? And if I am to answer this question, I would say I like Scorpion better, and there is one simple reason for that. He's faster than Sub-Zero at killing the enemy team. I'm not saying that Sub-Zero cannot do it as well, of course he can, but he's doing it more slowly. I'm not saying that this is a problem though. All I'm saying is that I prefer faster battles. And there we go, guys, we covered every single spot from 10 to 4, and we are about to reveal which of the 3 characters with highest attack in MK Mobile. So let us start with number 3. Probably number 3 will surprise you all, at least it did surprise me, but the fact remains that coming in at number 3 with attack of 67,813 we have Ronin Takedo. I didn't expect that, to be honest, not one bit, as he was one of those characters promoted to diamonds after update 2.0, and you know, usually those diamonds are not given the best stats in the game. However, here it seems that we have an exception because Ronin Takedo clearly excels at attack, so in a way you should never ever expose your spec ops when he's around them. Be careful, guys, you have been warned. Spot number 3 goes for Ronin Takedo. Coming in at number 2 with 68,248 attack we have the Outroad Queen Assassin Kitana. Now again, she was promoted to Diamond this year with update 2.0, but let's face it, guys, she used to have incredibly high attack even during the time when she was a gold character, and now when teamed with Assassin Jade she's a force to be reckoned with. Great power generation, great evasion chance, extremely high attack, great damage on special 2, no guys, not great damage on special 2, I'm sorry, her special 2 is a joke, and yet she remains a very good character with very high damage on special 1, so even though her special 2 sucks, she's still a viable character. Anyways, never use her special 2 unless you are in a dire need. And now with Kitana being second, it is time to reveal our champion.
Tasty.
That's right, you guessed it. There is nobody to match her amazing attack of 70,639 yet, and thus we have Ravenous Melina as our reigning attack champion. And she has been the character with highest attack stats ever since she was released on the 7th of September 2016. Ever since then, nobody can contest her crown as the greatest and most destructive character in the game. And quite honestly, guys, not only she has the highest attack stats in Mortal Kombat Mobile, but her passive is also great and makes it possible to use her even as a support, a very destructive support, I would say. What more could you possibly want from a character? Okay guys, we finished the first episode of the series, which was won by Ravenous Melina. If you like the video, please consider subscribing to my channel, as I have a lot of great MK Mobile related stuff, and of course stay tuned for the next episode when we will be ranking characters based on their hit points. See you next time, guys. Take care.
Perfect.